So if you've been having problems with Moasure, or you're saying it's inaccurate, or you've placed it at the start, you've gone back to where you started and you've got a bit of drift, so it's not meeting the same point, then this is for you. Now, what you need to understand is how to get the right technique with Moasure. It's understanding how Moasure wants to be used. So let me show you one thing here. The first thing is Moasure is traveling through the air and it's measuring thousands of times per second until you place it down and you keep the device stationary. So if I place the device down here, it captures data. Now, with my hand, I've rested it between my thumb and finger. Now, as I move this around, Moasure is still stationary. It's not moving at all. When I tap the screen fairly hard, it's still stationary. Because when you're on flat ground, Moasure is fairly easy to measure with. It's just a little bit of technique, which we'll go through. Now, as I move my Moasure device to, let's say, a little bit more rough terrain on this bit of a hill here, now it's stationary, but look what happens. The slightest bit of movement and it thinks it's in flight, it thinks it's measuring. Now, as I tap the screen, look, it still thinks it's measuring and in flight. So the first thing you need to understand is how to control the device. Now, if I'm just capturing this as a pause point, let's say I'm in straight line and I'm not changing path types, it's fine, it's captured data because I'll move and carry on. But whenever you want to change path types or do something with your device, look, I haven't got control. So what you need to do is hold the device differently, push it gently into the ground. You'll see that my fingers they're not white, but I've got control. I'm pushing it very gently. Now, as I tap the screen, it's absolutely fine. That is still. There's nothing changing there. So I can change path types, I can input different things, no problem at all. So with that in mind then, let me show you how you can get a good result. But before we do that, let's have a look at what happens when we don't have good technique. So I'm going to start a new measurement. I'm going to choose a close shape. Now, I've mapped out some flags around here. We're not really interested in capturing the real borders. We're just doing this as a test so I can show you what happens between poor technique and good technique. So it's asking me to place at the start. That's fine. I'll place it at this flag directly at the right point. Now, as I move to the next one, ideally we want to keep this device fairly stationary as we move. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to have poor technique. Look what happens. I'm gripping the device, I'm swinging it through the air, I come in to place it and I'm trying to think, well, where is it? It's around about there. I've got it in. Okay, great. But I'm already going into the red zone, which we want to avoid. We ideally want to be placing it in the green zone, definitely no later than the amber zone. Now, I'm going to change to trace line. Again, I haven't got control of it. As I switch to trace line, I'm now going to pretend there's a flower border. I'm going to do the same for each measurement we do. And again, I'm going to place it in that area there, like so. I'm going to switch to straight line. And I'm going to walk down to here again. I'm sort of swinging it just gently this time, but it's still not great because it's capturing all that data we don't need. I'm going to keep it in straight line and I'm going to walk over to here. And again, I'm just going to come in. Same place, that's exactly where we started at that point there. And I'm going to stop the measurement right there. So, your start-finish error on a closed-shape measurement needs to be 1% or less. That's what we consider an accurate measurement. It means that you've got good technique and you're in control of Moasure. I've just done a start-finish error of 19.2%. That isn't great. You can see on my screen, and you'll be seeing this, it'll be just over here somewhere, we've got a big drift. We've got 4.94 foot of drift between my start and finish. That's not because I haven't started and finished at the same place. It's because I've introduced poor technique. So with that in mind then, I'm going to save that measurement. We'll create a new folder and we'll call this test 1. And we'll save that as a folder. And I'm going to call this 1 poor. Okay, that's saved. And now I'm going to tap on the plus to start a new measurement. We're already on red. And I'm now going to introduce good technique. So the first thing I'm going to do is to place the device gently at the start. And when I walk to the next part, you'll see that I'm keeping the device still as I travel through the air. It's a quick, gentle placement. Into trace line. And we'll do the same trace movement we did before up to this point here. Quick, gentle placement. Into straight line. Gentle rotation as I come down to here and place it still. We'll now go back to our start position. Again, a gentle rotation and back to our start point. And we'll stop the measurement. Now, we have just achieved a start-finish error of 0.2%. Now, you're not going to get much better than that. And all I did differently was just having a bit more control of Moasure. And by doing that, you are holding the stick lightly, let it glide through the air as you walk quickly between the points, place it quick, direct, but gentle. Don't slam it into the ground. And when you're rotating the device, it's a very gentle rotation as you walk quickly to place it down. Now, trust me, go and practice this, because the more you practice, the better you'll become. And all I did differently was introducing a slight different bit of technique. So go ahead, go and practice, let us know how you get on, and happy Moasuring.